Deputy Speaker. Let me begin by saying that we can all agree upon that immigration must be managed. The public rightly expects a fair, firm and functional system. But control cannot come at the cost of compassion. So let me be clear, immigrants cannot be viewed through the lens of fear. Parliamentarians on all sides must choose their words carefully. We are responsible for ensuring our rhetoric does not incite attacks, fear, division, or even lead to violence. It is not enough to say we denounce hate. We must also refrain from language that fuels it. And the terms like islands of strangers simply do not help. Too often we hear suggestions, explicitly or implicitly, that immigrants are to blame for everything that is wrong in our country. Let us be honest with the public. It is not the immigrants who have polluted our rivers or our seas with sewage. It is not our immigrants who set sky-high rail fares while slashing routes. It is not our immigrants who have hollowed out our NHS, cut GP services or closed libraries. And it's not immigrants who have overseen 40 years of economic stagnation, rising rents and growing inequality. There are indeed some aspects of this bill that I can support. Abolishing the ridiculous Rwanda bill is for one, but there are more shortcomings, especially in relation to the lack of help for victims of human trafficking, which is why I rise to support some amendments to the bill. I am calling on members across this House to support new Clause 27 to ensure proper age assessments are conducted by trained, independent social workers and not through rush visual judgments or flawed, impersonal scientific tests. Furthermore, in the shadow of our immigration debate, children are being exploited. They are the victims of modern slave trade run by some smugglers and traffickers who prey on desperation. Children are coerced into roles that put their lives and the lives of others at risk. These are not isolated cases. Over 4,000 unaccompanied children claimed asylum in the UK last year alone. The system must recognise the unique vulnerability of children and treat them as such. They are not as suspects, not as statistics, but as they are, children. So while the government's intent to address the asylum appeals backlog is also laudable, proposals like new Clause 6 and 7 to impose arbitrary deadlines of 24 weeks without sufficient resources or legal safeguards are not the answer. Justice rushed is justice denied. Finally, by taking on the narrative of the right wing, by mimicking their talking points and rhetoric, we are not neutralising the threat of extremism. We are feeding it. We will only push Reform UK and others even further to the right, emboldening them to say things we have made appear acceptable. So I ask the government to stand its ground. When will we choose principles over polling? When will we remember that leadership means bringing people together, not chasing after the loudest voices in the room? Let us reject the politics of scapegoating and lead with integrity, facts and humanity. Our country deserves nothing less.
Caroline Gordon.